Hello everyone, this is Kaiser here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Now if you saw the thumbnail, this is basics with Puffy. So I'm gonna give you an in-depth, hopefully in-depth explanation of who Puffy is, what she can do, how can she bring value to your starter team. Now as you can see, I'm board 3, so I've comfortably reached this rank with just my starter Axie, which is Puffy, and 2 really cheap and affordable axies which you can find in the marketplace. Later on, after this, I will show you how much can you get one under $20 for a full team. So without further ado, let's look at Puffy. Now Puffy has a lot of abilities, but we go through them one by one. Let's look at the very first one, which is Baby. Baby starts in your hand at the beginning of each battle, but if you use it, it's gone forever. It won't even go to the banished pile. The beauty of it is it adds 22 damage to every hit after Baby is used. That means Baby has a permanent effect on you. Every hit after that deals 22 extra damage, especially if your HP is above 66%. Only if your HP is 66. So make sure your Puffy is very healthy and happy. So look at Puff. Puff is an effect which can heal based on 50% of the unblocked damage. But it's not just 62. If you have Baby on, that's 84. Now if you have Tough Strike, which is the rune I'm currently equipping on Puffy, it's an additional 10 damage. Little Crab is the most powerful card Puffy can ever have because it deals a lot of damage, which is 82. And it's not just 82. Baby is gonna be 104. With Tough Strike, it's 114. 114 damage. There is a drawback though. If you don't use Little Crab, at the end of turn, it will be gone. It will move to the banished pile and you don't get to use it again. Tough Strike is a very easily accessible route. Anyone can get it. After a few games of playing, eventually you're going to get it either by crafting or from the adventure mode. Jelly Tackle is really useful mid to late game because when you hit, you get to heal 15 HP. Tiny Dino is my favorite card of Puffy, because you can deal 15 more damage. So that's 67 plus 15. If you plus with the Baby, which is 22, that's 104, plus the Tough Strike rune, which is 114. Exact same damage as Little Crab without the drawback of Ethereal. Really good. And the beauty of Tiny Dino is it is a reptile card. I'll get back to you on that later. It will come back later, so just keep an eye out. Tiny Dino and Little Crab are your heaviest hitters for Puffy. Now Puff is Puffy's trump card. It's late game card. X can be any amount based on how much energy you have remaining. If you have 2 remaining, it shoots 2 times. If you have 3 remaining, it shoots 3 times. If you have Nemo, which can increase your energy, you can shoot more than 3. Now, it's just 67 damage, you tell me? Not really. With Baby, it is 89 per hit. Now, it does not get the bonus from Tough Strike, the rune, because Tough Strike only hits non-multi-hit attacks. But 89 per hit, if you have 3 energy, that's 267. 267 damage is enough to take out an Axie with a little over half health. And that's really powerful. Don't sleep on it, because I won't. Now let's go to the charms. We might not have all the best charms in the world, but only equip all the best you can ever give to Puffy. Usually I'll just give all the basic ones I have, the strongest ones I can afford. So this is the best, which is the Vitality one. But for the other ones, all Charm of Powers and Charm of Focus, which adds small incremental damage to my cards. So I can always have the upper hand against new players or low to mid level players. Yeah, so to recap, Little Crab is really powerful. If you can choose between Baby and Little Crab on the first turn, always use Little Crab. You don't want it to go to waste, you don't want it to be banished. So Puffy is the main star of the show, but you need to look at her sidekicks as well. Now her teammates are both these fishes, both these aquas. clear, it's a really simple card. Discard 2 cards and draw that many. And then once it's used, it's gone. Risky Fish is quite cool because if you use it as your very first card in the turn, you deal 92 damage. Plus Tough Strike, that is what? 102. It's a lot of damage. Yes, you get feared, but it's the risk you might want to take. Bubble is a really cool effect. You hit this, your entire team gets bubble. A single attack at AoE deals bonus damage equal to 2% of the target current HP per stack. If you have a bubble bomb, which is 3 stacks, when you hit it explodes, dealing 20 to all enemies, which is pretty sweet. Shoal Star is a very underrated card because if your enemy is on 90 health or less, it dies instantly, regardless if they have secrets, regardless if they have shield. It bypasses everything, they just instantly die. Goldfish is really good when you do not have any more attack cards in your hand. And yes, revenge cards, even though they are attacks, they don't count as attack cards. You can draw a card if it's just the Goldfish and the revenge card. Nemos are your bread and butter. It's so good, it gives you energy and it heals anyone you target. What more can you get? What more can you ask from a card? That versatile and also that powerful. Nemo is really powerful. Now, this guy is really similar to the other guy we looked at, but he has an eye called a Scar. It's a reptile eye. He takes one reptile card from your draw pile and pushes it to the very top of your draw pile. So if you use this, you're definitely going to get a reptile card to put it at the top of your draw pile, and you're going to draw it the next turn. Now you might say, oh, but you don't have reptile cards, do you? We all use aquas. No, Tiny Dino is a reptile card. If you use Scar, you're going to get Tiny Dino on your next turn, if Tiny Dino is in your draw pile. Pretty cool, huh? Risky Fish, we all know this. It deals 102 damage if you hit first. Tiny Fence is really useful because you can heal yourself sometimes. When you need the heal, it comes in handy, and the damage boost is good. Shoal Star, well, we talked enough about Shoal Star. Really handy, especially bypasses all those annoying secrets. Goldfish is really important and it goes well with Nemo also. If you don't have enough cards in your hand left but you have Nemo, you can use it to gain energy and then use the energy to use Goldfish to draw additional cards, then spend the additional energy you might have instead of it going to waste. So they all have Tough Strike. I don't have any better runes for now. Without further ado, let's get into the first game. Now, even though I've reached board 3, I must warn you that sometimes I do make mistakes. So if between Baby and Little Crab and Gil, I would choose to use Little Crab because I don't want it to go to waste. It will not come back if I use Baby. Looking at my opponent's cards, they have... Oh, okay. So we're fighting a mirror match. My opponent's also using Puffy, and I'm also using Puffy. I'm on the left, my opponent's on the right. But their runes are different because they can heal 4% every turn. So eventually, if I'm not aggressive enough, I will lose that advantage. If you notice, my Jelly Tackle didn't heal me 15 life because I didn't attack first using it. I instead opted to use Risky Fish because Risky Fish dealt more damage. I had to choose, do I want a Tiny Fan? But my life is full. Tiny Fan cannot heal any of my allies, it can only heal the Axie using Tiny Fan, which is the middle guy, the guy with Scar Eye. Shoal Star isn't that great also because my opponent's HP is not less than 19, so I decided to pass the turn because maybe next turn I'll get Shoal Star. It's more effective next turn for me to get Shoal Star than this turn to use the Nemo. Now, Tiny Dino, my opponent hits for 114. It's so painful. That is because they hit first. So 67 plus 15 plus 10 is a total of 114 damage. This Puffy is just as painful as my Puffy. But we're at a disadvantage now because my Puffy does not have baby. I chose to use little crab over baby, and now I'm starting to see how big of a mistake that was. So maybe in that situation I should have used baby in the first turn. But we'll see. So now I have Tiny Dino, Puff, Nemo, clearing Goldfish. I decide to use Tiny Dino because it's always the best move to make. Now, here I made a mistake because I thought that if I hit my opponent down to 90, I can use clear and draw him out my shoal star and go for the kill and kill off the first guy. What I did not know is that I don't have enough damage to kill. Oh, I do. But the mistake was I thought I was going to get shoal star so I can one-shot kill. It's alright. Let's see what our opponent plan is. Oh, a Puff! Now that's a very risky play, but a very good play by the opponent. If you're a Puffy player, sometimes you need to take risks like that and just use Puff, because you get to kill two birds with one stone. You get to do two things at one time. Maybe his hand, he didn't have any other attack cards, and and Puff was the only move available. So for this case, I chose either to use baby first and then Tiny Dino, or Tiny Dino first and then baby. I chose to do baby first because Tiny Dino deals more damage after baby than if I compare to using Tiny Dino first with the extra 15 damage. 22 is bigger than 15. Now I have Puff, but I need to get rid of the middle guy, the middle fish over there. Oh, no, my opponent is a better player than me. And you should learn a thing or two from my opponent. His positioning is so good. Now I'm in a bad situation. But I really want to kill off the middle guy. So, little crab, then Puff. So both of them are called Puff. Maybe it's the developers' tiny little prank on us. I chose to keep the Puff in my hand, the X Puff. The other one I'll call it the heel Puff so that we don't get confused. X Puff I choose to keep in my hand because if he doesn't draw any good cards, I might be able to steal a win. Sadly, that's not possible because my opponent got all the cards. Jelly Tackle gave me 15 HP because I attacked first. Sadly, I cannot seal the win here, and I just shielded up, hoping that my opponent just gets 3 shields on their turn, and I can steal a win. I think, yeah, okay, I lost. Oh, that's a very big L. But at least you get to see the power of Puff, and if it's used properly. I think we can do one more game. Let's do one more game. Okay. Baby or little crab. Now this is a really big dilemma. I've made a mistake previous game. I'm also choosing to do it this game. I don't know. My instincts are telling me that little crab is so good to the point I cannot let it go. Now sometimes if you start second, you have 2 energy. Then you can use the baby into the little crab. But sometimes you go in first, so you have to make really hard choices. And I choose little crab instead of baby. I hope it doesn't bite me in the back later on. So what I can see is that they use a secret, and this team has 2 secrets on this Axie and 1 secret on the plant. I think it's the pumpkin. I don't think he will use Cerastus that early. I was right. It wasn't the Cerastus. Cerastus returns damage to you, like 85 damage, and return damage on Puffy is really bad because it brings Puffy below the 66% HP threshold, and you don't want that for Puffy, because if that happens, your baby is useless. My opponents have really interesting names. Praise the sun. Okay. My opponent has 2 secrets. But both of them was not Cerastus. So he has Cerastus somewhere. Now I chose to do that because I thought I was gambling the fact that it will hit the front guy. If the 67 damage hits the front guy, I could have used Nemo and Shoalstar to finish off the plant in front. Sometimes you have to take risks. You need to trust RNG. So what I did was I kept the Shoalstar. What I'll be planning that time is to keep the Shoalstar because I might need it next turn. Maybe next turn I have enough to kill off the front guy, bring him down to 90 and kill him off. Carrot is so good. As long as you deal damage and it causes HP loss, you fund your mana. Okay. Here I made a mistake because I thought that I can bring him down to Shoalstar level, which I did. But I forgot that Cerastus can return damage to me, and I died. So that didn't really go to plan. I made another mistake. I had 1 energy, right? There's a return mechanic which you can use to actually keep cards. So earlier I should have kept Nemo in my hand for 1 energy. I don't have a use for it, might as well just keep it in my hand. So that next turn I will have the Nemo. I think I'll choose the Risky Fish. Yeah, Risky Fish first, then Baby, then Tiny Dino. Why not Tiny Fan first, then Risky Fish? Because Risky Fish gets the bonus if you hit first. It's your first card. It didn't say if it's your first attack card. It says if it's your first card played in the turn. So I cannot do Tiny Fan into Risky Fish. That wouldn't make sense. I want more damage done on that Axie, especially the middle one. One of the beautiful aspects of Puff is that it has retained, so it stays in my hand no matter what, unless Puffy dies. So that would be awkward. Oh, my opponent just used Tricky. I wonder what he swapped out. Tricky is really cool because it lets you swap it with a card in the banish pile. The reason why I use Jelly Tackle first is because I thought I'm going to be hit by Cerastus and I can, get back some of that life. I did a Puff afterwards because I wanted to take a risk that it would have killed the middle guy. Because if my risk paid off, he's going to get a lot of revenge cards. So my opponent has used 2 cards. Hopefully it's not Cerastus. Either way, I have to use Little Crab first. I need to make sure the shield is gone before I heal. If the shield is not gone, I will not heal a lot based on Puff's healing attack. The healing attack from Puffy only heals based on 50% of unblocked damage, and if any of your damage is blocked, that amount is blocked, and then the remaining is divided by 2, and that's the amount you get healed. It's a really bad deal. You don't want to do that. So in all cases, I always make sure that I hit with my hardest hitting move before I do any heal puff on Puffy. Ah yeah, I got the win. Very nice. I hope you guys learn a thing or two about using Puffy, whether it's for me or for my opponent, and I hope you guys get better and keep playing Axie. Now let's go into the marketplace. Let's shop. Let me guide you. Now, in the marketplace, marketplace.axieinfinity.com, just click marketplace and you can start looking for an Axie you want to buy. So you can search by parts. Clear is the eyes, the one which draw 2, discard 2 and vanish. Nemo is the tail, which gives you an energy and heals any Axie you target. Risky fish is the mouthpiece, the one where there's like a hook thing. And shoal star, the star forehead, starfish on the forehead of a fish, which lets you kill an Axie if it's 90 life, 90 HP or less. And when you're buying an Axie, I recommend you always right click and new tab. Do not just click on it. Sometimes you want to just right click new tab. $6.23. It has almost everything my team has, maybe just a little bit different in the ear part. And not bad, pretty cheap. If you're on a tight budget and you're not sure what Axies to get, I would recommend you trying out the budget team first and get used to the mechanics and the way and all of the rulings, positioning, and once you get better at Axie Infinity, then you can be more adventurous with what Axies you buy. This Axie has the scar eyes, the one I talked about, and it's $12, it's not bad. 12.4. The scar eyes would allow you to get the tiny dino more consistently. So 12.4 for the scar eyes fish and 6.23. I was right. Less than $20 for a team. Your final teammate is the Puffy. Puffy is free. You unlock her on the very first second you log into the game. So that is the team. That's the team I'm running. I hope you can try it out. And if you do, let me know in the comments how it worked for you. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care.